Hi everyone, UCI Medicine. Hey there, science fans. Have you ever wondered why you have your mom's nose or your dad's hair color? Let's talk about genetics today. It's all thanks to these tiny things called genes. Genes are like little packets of information that determine your traits, everything from your height to your eye color. They're passed down from your parents, which is why you might hear someone say, "You've got your father's eyes." Genes are incredibly important. They hold the instructions for building and running your entire body. Think of them as the blueprints for you. Each gene has a specific job to do, whether it's telling your cells to make bone or determining the color of your hair. It's like a giant orchestra with each gene playing its part to create the symphony of you. Now you might be thinking, where are these genes hiding? Well, they're located on tiny structures called chromosomes, which are found inside almost every cell in your body. Chromosomes are like long, thin threads made up of DNA, and genes are segments of that DNA. It's like a really long string of beads, with each bead representing a different gene. So next time you look in the mirror, remember that you're looking at the amazing work of your genes. These tiny wonders are responsible for making you unique and connecting you to your family history. Pretty cool, right? Now that we know what genes are, let's talk about how they get passed down from generation to generation. This process is called heredity, and it's like a relay race where your parents pass the baton of genetic information on to you. You inherit half of your genes from your mother and half from your father, which is why you share traits with both of them. But here's the thing. It's not as simple as just mixing two colors of paint together. Genes can be dominant or recessive. Dominant genes are like the loud kids in class. They tend to overpower the recessive ones. For example, brown eyes are dominant over blue eyes. So, if you inherit a gene for brown eyes from one parent and a gene for blue eyes from the other, you'll likely have brown eyes. But don't worry, recessive genes don't just disappear. They can still be passed down to future generations. That's why two brown-eyed parents can sometimes have a blue-eyed child. They both might carry the recessive gene for blue eyes. Heredity is a fascinating and complex process, but it's what makes each of us unique. It's like shuffling a deck of cards. You never know what hand you're going to get, but it's always exciting to see the results. We've talked about genes and how they're passed down, but what exactly are they made of? The answer is DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid. Don't let the long name scare you. Just think of DNA as the language of life. It's a molecule that contains all the instructions for building and operating a living organism. Imagine a long, twisted ladder. That's kind of what DNA looks like. The sides of the ladder are made up of sugar and phosphate molecules, and the rungs are made up of pairs of nitrogenous bases. There are 4 different bases: adenine, A, thymine, T, guanine, G, and cytosine, C. These bases always pair up in a specific way, A with T and G with C. The order of these base pairs is what determines the genetic code. It's like a recipe book with instructions for building everything from your toenails to your brain. Each gene is a specific sequence of these base pairs, and that sequence tells your cells what proteins to make. Proteins are the workhorses of your body. They do everything from building tissues to fighting off infections. So, DNA is basically the ultimate instruction manual for life, and it's found in every single one of your cells. It's what makes you, well, you. Now, you might be wondering, how does all of this genetic stuff actually affect my life? Well, the answer is, in more ways than you can imagine. Genetics plays a role in everything from your physical appearance to your risk of developing certain diseases. Take eye color, for example. We talked earlier about how brown eyes are dominant over blue eyes. This is because the gene for brown eyes codes for a protein that produces melanin, the pigment that gives our eyes, skin, and hair their color. The gene for blue eyes, on the other hand, produces less melanin, resulting in lighter eyes. But genetics isn't just about physical traits. It also plays a crucial role in medicine and agriculture. Scientists are using genetic research to develop new treatments for diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's. They're also using genetic engineering to create crops that are more resistant to pests and diseases, which can help feed a growing population. So, the next time you bite into a juicy tomato or marvel at the color of your friend's eyes, remember that you're witnessing the incredible power of genetics. It's a field that's constantly evolving, and the discoveries being made today have the potential to change the world. Thanks, everyone. Next, we talk about epidemiology. Catch you in the next one. Stay with UCI course.